Okay. All right, so yesterday we talked about meiosis. Meiosis is the formation of the sperm and the egg. We have established that they have to have half the number of chromosomes, because when they meet up, then together they make a full set of chromosomes. So they are haploid cells. The sperm and the egg are haploid cells. Now, we talked about the stages of meiosis 1. And then I'm starting to think that this isn't going to work for me, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. And I'll just have to move this manually. But we talked about meiosis 1, so in meiosis, instead of one division, there are 2 divisions, okay? And so I've just asked you to list the phases. Remember that once they go through meiosis 1 and go through PMAT, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase 1, then those 2 new cells actually divide a second time. And that is how you end up with half of the number of chromosomes, okay? So you go through prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2, and what is the result? 4 new cells that are one in, okay? 4 new cells that are one in. And that was one of the questions that I asked. All right, since my clicker does not seem to be working, I'm going to move this manually. Okay, so the importance of meiosis is that you start with 1 2N cell, 2N meaning you have 2 sets of chromosomes, and you end up with 4 1N cells, which means they have half the number of chromosomes. So if it's eggs, you start with 1 cell and you end up with 2 eggs, or you start with 1 cell and you end up with 4 sperm cells, okay? All right. The chromosome number of the egg and the sperm is cut in half to ensure that the zygote, like we just said, the fertilized egg, the zygote, will have the proper number of chromosomes, because then when they meet up, then they form a full set of chromosomes together. 1 and 1 makes 2. All right. Now, this is probably the most important thing, one of the most important things to remember about meiosis. Okay? During meiosis, the 2 sets of chromosomes, okay, one, like the genetic material of the person, okay? So during prophase 1, each pair of chromatids line up next to its homologue. So this is lined up to its homologue. Now, can that sound confusing? It can sound confusing if you try to go, oh my gosh, what? No, memorize it. Okay, this is memorization. Just remember that these line up to its homologue, and when they line up like that, the pairing of the homologous chromosomes, that's all it is, homologue, homologous. It lines up to its homologous chromosome. And when they line up like that, they form what you call a tetrad. Tetra is 4, okay? Have y'all heard that before? Tetra is 4. Tri is 3. Di is 2. So tetra is 4. So there's 4 chromatids. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a tetrad. There's 4 of them, okay? All right. A tetrad, like I said, consists of 4 chromatids. And then now this is what happens. It's called crossing over. Notice you start out with red and blue, okay? Those just represent the 2 different sets of chromosomes. So like chromosome from your mom, chromosome from your dad, that's what makes you up. But when your sperm and egg are formed, there's a crossing over, okay? A piece of this gene comes over here and a piece of that one goes over there. And so that way every sperm and every egg is different from each other. Okay? I have 2 children. One of them got a combination of my genes that I got from my mom and my dad, and the other one got a little bit different combination of my genes that I got from my mom and dad. And it is because this crossing over process. So this is where your individuality comes from. This makes you different from every other human being on the planet, from every sibling that you have. from all your brothers and sisters, unless, of course, you are an identical twin. Okay. Now, all I wanted you to do in this assignment is explain the crossing over process. So I'll just read this to you real quick. It is possible for the chromatids within a homologous pair to twist around one another. Portions of the chromatids may break off and attach to adjacent chromatids. You see that by the different colors. Crossing over is the exchange of genetic information or genes between segments of homologous chromosomes during meiosis. All right, and that brings it to a close for today. Have a good day.
What are you going to do for Thanksgiving?
I don't, well, my sisters are coming.
From where?
Two of them live here.
Just? I saw these 4 amazing cars literally right next to me.
Really?
Someone passed by me. It was 2 Dodges